Have you ever caught yourself wondering why something is the way it is? You may not know this, but there's a field of study dedicated to answering questions like the one I just posed. This field is called metaphysics. Physics, I'm sure you're all familiar with, deals with the physical world, but metaphysics takes it a step further. It is often said that where physics ends, metaphysics begins. I've always been interested in the deeper truths of our universe, and I am currently in my third year of studying physics. More recently, through Aristotle and his book, Metaphysics, I was introduced to this field as well, and this year I began my doctoral degree with the University of Sedona, so I'm very excited to share this information with you today. Metaphysics explores deep concepts in our world through three branches: ontology, cosmology, and theology, and it has provided an abundance of knowledge to all areas of our world. So I'm going to share with you today what metaphysics is. I'm going to dive into the three branches of metaphysics, and then I'm going to tell you what it has contributed to our world. So I hope you brought an open mind. Let's get started. Metaphysics is the part of philosophy concerned with the fundamental nature of reality and being. So what is reality and what does being imply? There's a wonderful website called The Basics of Philosophy, where Luke Maston explains that metaphysics is the study of existence and includes everything that exists as well as existence itself. Aristotle's metaphysics talks about existence versus essence. So that something is versus what something is. Is our world real or is it an illusion? Is a question that metaphysics tries to answer. It explores concepts concerning how you comprehend the world around you and what your personal view of reality is. Aristotle's metaphysics also talks about the law of contradictions, math and ideas, form and matter, being and knowledge, and the idea of an unmovable mover, which many would refer to as a god. Kit Fine has an article, What is Metaphysics?, that explains that metaphysics serves as a foundation for not reality as such, but for a nature of reality. So not just how, but what. On a very broad scale, metaphysics seeks to answer what is there and what is it like. So metaphysics assists in dealing with the complex and perplexing idea of reality. What is real and what is not? So now that you have an idea of it, let's talk about the branches. First, we've got ontology. Ontology deals with being and existence and is also used as a synonym for metaphysics. Barry Smith, in his article, Ontology, says that metaphysics seeks to provide a definitive and exhaustive classification of all entities in all spheres. So, ontology seeks to classify all entities, meaning things that have an existence on their own, both physical and mental entities. It talks about the nature of change, reductionists and adequacists. So someone that tries to reduce everything to its bare essentials versus someone who's more interested in classifying all processes, all things, everything that is out there. And Aristotle would have been an adequist. So next we have cosmology, which is dealing with the origin and structure of our universe. And this is where metaphysics has entered physics, the realm of the material world, and our idea of the Big Bang Theory. So the prevailing idea of how our universe was formed was the Big Bang. Cosmology also seeks to go a step further, saying, well, what happened before the Big Bang? So that's just a few things that cosmology is interested in. Last, we have theology, which is a study of spirituality and existence of an ultimate divine truth, so a God again. It is more human being existence directed than metaphysics as a whole, and Paul Tillich, in his relation of metaphysics to theology, says that theology is not a religion, but it presupposes religion. And he talks about logos being the principle of a divine self-manifestation. Theology also talks about consciousness and the soul. And Dr. Mauricio Garrido, in an Huffington Post article, discusses this in relation to quantum mechanics and the idea that theology is often looked down upon because things are not testable. But he goes on to say that physicists readily accept quarks and none have actually ever been seen. So that's something interesting. To recap, we've got ontology, what exists and what might exist, cosmology, or the origin of the universe, and theology, the origin of human existence, consciousness, and a deeper ultimate truth. So now that I've broken these down for you, I'm going to tell you about what metaphysics has provided our world. Metaphysics has provided the world with abundance of knowledge, like I said, that has proven influential in many areas. We have theoretical physics, where cosmology is big, and the Big Bang, where string theory is now becoming popular. And Michael Lemonick actually said in his article Unraveling String Theory in Time magazine that any university that doesn't have at least one string theorist on its payroll is considered scientific backwater. So that's an interesting point of view. We've also got quantum mechanics. Metaphysics and quantum mechanics have linked up in dealing with observation and the ideas that without us observing something, it may not actually exist. It also, Schrodinger's cat and the uncertainty principle are a couple other areas in quantum mechanics. We also have consciousness, meditation, visualization, self-growth are all very big ideas in all forms in our world today. Lastly, we have the law of attraction and the idea that like attracts like. And this is a very big thing in metaphysics today. So we have dove very deep. I've explained that metaphysics is the part of philosophy concerned with the fundamental nature of reality and being. I introduced the three fields, ontology, cosmology, and theology, and I shared with you what metaphysics has provided our world. I hope that I have expanded your mind a bit and explained this wonderful field to you in an adequate manner. Thank you for letting me be a part of your reality today.